Those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Welcome to V-Connects Stories. V-Connects Global, the ultimate networking platform, have added many amazing people to our community. We are excited to have everyone share their personal success stories. Join V-Connect Stories each week as we highlight our community. Call in to 888-565-1470. Now, let's connect.
Hey, welcome to V-Connect Stories, episode 3. Super excited. And this is a great time because this is where I got my start being on radio. So I'm so excited to have Dawn and Freddie from the Brooklyn Cafe joining today.
Thank you.
I've never done anything like this before, and I met you both at a networking event, and we started speaking, and I explained my product and who we are and what we do, and you said, would you like to be on a show? And I was like, sure. Why not? Because I say yes to them. I'm like, sure, I'll be on a show? Absolutely. And it was the first time, and I was so nervous, and it was so outside of what I do, but because I've got to spend time with you guys, now look at me now.
I know.
Hosting a show.
I look at you now, and then I look back, because I always do the posts for the day, and my time hop comes up about previous posts, like the year before, and it just now, our first post came up of working with you a year ago, and the evolution and how things have changed. I always say, if you look at a star, they go back to their high school,
That's right.
and you go, please don't show those first films. It's like, I look back at the pictures of you, and I look back at, I'm showing you this one from 3 years ago. You think, oh my gosh, the evolution of it. But when we met you, we were at a networking event. It was our first really remote on a mini, Freddie.
Oh,
and that
I
was
didn't
the
know
day
that.
you said to me, and you were sick.
And I
you,
was sick as a dog.
He fell off a bike.
Yeah, I cracked my elbow.
there was something wrong with you.
I was wondering when my elbow hurt today.
I knew there was something wrong with you that day because you
hurts a
sat
lot.
at the back of the room and you watched, and he never does that. And that was the day I said to him, can we take our remote, can we take our show on the road without packing the studio? And he said, no. And then the next day he said, it's in my car, we're ready to go. And then it's evolved and evolved and evolved as you come with us on remotes now. And that was the day we met you. And you were very quiet, but you were like this silent storm because you worked a room without overpowering a room. And that's how you network. And you just do it all the time. And then you told us your little trick with the cards, which I think is brilliant. And it's just evolved ever since then. And you've been a sponsor with the Brooklyn Cafe for over a year now.
Yeah.
And the guests you've brought on and the connections. And now Dawn DeMarco, she's got this big event on Wednesday with you.
I know. I was going to actually just plug a quick commercial. So May 1st is going to be on the Bright Line. And if you haven't gotten your ticket yet, I'm wondering if you still can. But what you can do is go to Dawn's card. So go to your text function, right?
Go to your text.
And the number is 80800 and text Sparkle of Life. And you can buy your card right through there. And then she told me today what jewelry piece I'm wearing.
I'm so excited.
Super excited.
And you're going to be there. And what are you doing when you're there?
We have a really nice collaboration, not only with you guys, but also with a lot of the people that I've met through the Brooklyn Cafe and networking. They love our mobile marketing platform. One of the things that we do with charities is we give them the mobile marketing platform, which she has for her Sparkle of Life and her Rosie Foundation. You can market through the card, buy tickets through the card. You can buy her jewelry through the card. And if when you look at her card, you say, I need one for myself, you can get a card like mine. And Sparkle of Life and the Rosie Foundation, they become your sponsor, and we gift back to that charity $20.
Wow.
And it's a $69 subscription fee. So we give back $20 every year. And we do this with a whole, hosts of charities. We do it with Sparkle of Life. We do it with the Florence Fuller Foundation. We do it with the Boca Museum Children's Museum. So it's a really nice suite of nonprofits that we're able to work with. And that's probably one of my favorite parts of this.
Well, I have another charity to connect you with.
Oh, good.
And they're in Uganda.
Okay, great. Yeah.
See, you say no, and she says, okay, great.
Great. We just had a phone call with somebody last week from South Africa, and I really feel that those emerging markets are key, and that's going to be a demographic for VCard Global that is going to explode. We are mini web technology in the palm of your hand, so you don't have to now go to like some of these larger technology like GoDaddy or have somebody build
don't
your
need those
website.
people.
You don't need that.
You don't even need a website with your.
You need a
V-Card.
phone.
And that's why I wanted to connect you with her because her story is so spectacular. I found her because, as you know, we like to shop, and I found these cute little tote bags that were made of recycled plastic tubing.
Oh, cool.
So I connected with her, not knowing she was in Uganda, and then I found her story that she educates women that are abused and women that are in villages so they can support themselves, so they can get out of a bad situation, so they can treat other women in the villages, and all the money that they make from these bags goes back to them, and it's all done from recycled plastic.
Oh, I think that we can make something beautiful for them, and then we can start have them make passive income so their charity can feed itself money.
And that's what we're working on.
My executive producers is saying it is not called V-Card. It is V-Connect.
Right.
Thank you very much.
So
Yes.
the name of this show is V Connect Stories, and the platform that we are talking about is everyone who uses their virtual
I
business
thought we
card.
weren't using the card anymore. You
Well-
said V-Connect.
V Connect.
That's what I tell everybody.
V Connects.
V-Connect.
But I knew she would be a great one for you to connect with, and she's got one or two representatives here. But her platform of engaging women so they can get out of an abusive situation or they can help feed their children,
Right.
and make some passive money by weaving these bags. And she does it from her dorm room because she's made enough money that she's putting herself through university in Uganda now. She's 23. It's
Oh
remarkable.
my gosh, she's so young. See,
know.
that's a great. We'll have her call in. We could do a whole show.
Well,
about her
now this
and
is where my
connects.
problem began because this one wanted her to call in,
Well, why not?
and then she wants her to V-Mix in, so we want to see her.
We need to see her and talk to her, right?
Yes, yes.
So obviously we had to do a, what do you call that? Play around?
A workaround.
Workaround.
That's right.
We had to do a workaround that they tried to explain to me, and I got half of it. I got to call tonight for the second half because I don't know how to get the video up in the other computer. But yes, it will be done.
But the networking and the evolution of all of it, and that's why I love working with you so much, Jen, is because whenever there's a hiccup or a speed bump, you say, well, create a workaround. And we create workarounds.
We create a workaround.
And it does work. Now, yesterday we were at the expo, the wedding expo in Indian Springs, right? And as I was walking through 44 vendors that he had there, you came to mind. Because I asked each one of these vendors, do you have a website? Half of them said no. The other half is under construction. And all of them, I have to get to it.
Or there's like 5 words, and there's a dot between. It's like name dot
It's like just-
slash name dot.
It's like in the
It's in
encyclopedia.
code. It's
My
in code.
name is dot 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 dot. It sounded like Morse code. You're right. I said, who the hell's gonna remember that?
Yeah.
So, and I tried to explain the concept. Well, I can't talk to you right now. I'm very busy. Meanwhile, there's nobody in the place.
It would have been a great venue for you.
Well, you would.
Every venue was great for V-Card because it connects with everybody, and the evolution of it. I mean, I
The
really
use
have
of
to
it.
update my card, and I know the cafe site updates all the time. We're able to sell our coffee on it.
Yep.
We're able to connect events on it. The Brightline, all of the videos and everything on it. I think the video that Teddy's creating, Dawn's going to put on her V-Card.
We are. We're waiting for that. So we can take what Teddy created and we can run it right through the platform for Sparkle of Life. And what we do with you guys at Brooklyn Cafe is we push out the card and you can watch the show through the card.
I'm guilty of something. Not
Something I thought many of things.
many things. Not using the card more.
So this is funny that you say that because we talk about not only do we have something that no other company in the entire world does, but we're also changing habits. And you think of the first time Uber put an app on their phone, they're like, you're going to call a stranger to come to your house so they can pick you up
Right.
and drive you.
You're in somebody else's car that you were told never do.
But never ever do, right?
Call a cab.
Same thing, right? But
Well, but the cabs, you know, they have the lights on them. It's a yellow taxi.
It's
you know.
identifiable.
Right. This is, I'm getting into somebody's like Civic. Like, come on.
I got into a Cadillac. I got into a high-end caddy for an Uber the other day.
That's fancy.
I said, I wanted you to see your driver's license, your insurance. I didn't know who the hell this was.
But it is, it's changing habits. And I'm sitting here with you thinking we should have airdropped our card yesterday.
Yes.
To every
Here we
single
go again.
person there.
Yes, again, twice.
That's twice.
Twice. We
I don't
should have
even
done
know
it.
what
I
that
think I should
means.
just show up to events. We're just I'll
You
do
should
it.
just show up.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah.
What does air card drop mean?
Well, so what we can do is we can put a thing where people will be able to get the card right there at the event. And it could be a form of geofencing, but honestly, if you just have people text 80800 and text cafe,
They get the card.
they get the card.
Can't we send out like a massive text to people we don't know?
Well,
How would you know their phone numbers?
I don't know. What does airdrop mean? What does airdrop mean?
we would have to see that we make sure that we could like geofence the area. And when you airdrop, you have to make sure that people have their Bluetooth enabled, because there's a thing called Nearby, and Nearby can then connect and airdrop it. But the problem with that, and one of the reasons we kind of stay a little bit away from it, it's a little spammy-ish, and you don't want to be like accused of spamming
True
people.
that. So just for
So you
Find
can't
Us, you
airdrop.
can just
So what'd
text.
you bring up that for?
Because I was thinking about all these ways that we can
But
share.
it's a spammer.
But think about, we brought our cards, we brought postcards,
Right.
right? And now I'm out of those paper business cards.
Yes.
And you don't know who took them or what
I
happened
found
to
them.
them. Or,
They're in the garbage. I
Remember
started
said
taking
to you,
them out of the
I
garbage
went back
this
looking for them
evening. Yeah.
yesterday and I couldn't find them.
I went in the garbage. I got half of them back. It's ridiculous.
see, and I was at like a month ago. I was at a Broward Chamber of Commerce event, and in the back table they have all these cards out. When the chamber event is over, the people who clean up take the tablecloth, take all the brochures and the
Throw
cards,
them
go
out.
like this, and throw it away.
And it's funny because, again, I had you in my head. I went out to the garbage can on the way out. They were all in there. I started taking them out.
That's
Yeah.
why this platform and the evolution and some of the cards you showed me for the real estate are spectacular.
Yeah.
The detail that you can put in, we certainly don't utilize our cards as much as we should. We
That's
just
what
need
I'm
to get
guilty
on
of.
and do it.
That's what I'm guilty
But what
of.
you can create is bigger than a website. It's remarkable. Some of the ones you showed me are just unbelievable.
Yeah, and so what's interesting is when we first built your card, we didn't have all the features we have now.
I know.
And it really is why we're moving from vCard Global to vConnects, to the idea that we're a marketing platform with a suite of tools. Because in-app, you can do followers. So you can know who's following you. So if everybody goes to 80800 and texts success, SUCCESS, you get my card. And then if you follow my card in-app, I'll know who's following my card. And for Brooklyn Cafe, to the number 80800, text cafe, press follow. You'll follow Dawn and Freddie, and you'll be able to see the shenanigans when they go,
Now,
Tomorrow we'll be at the Pinball
pop
Museum.
up, does it pop up on your phone that we're on the air if you're following?
Yes. So with the Follow Me feature, when you make it an event, and Dylan, who's done such a great job managing your card, makes it an event, if I'm one of your followers, I get a notification on my phone that your show has started.
Really?
I think
Did
I
you
have
know that?
79 notifications from vCard
I don't
on my
have-
app.
I don't have any.
Because every time Dylan updates it, I get another notification.
Right.
And
Oh,
sometimes-
yes. I do have those in the little green box.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I get those. I
And-
get those. I was
but
wondering where the hell they came from.
What the
Dylan?
best part about it is they don't just get like an in-app notification, you get a notification on your phone. So your app automatically, when you go to you'll see the V for vCard, or vConnects. When you press on that, you'll see that the event started. Now you can start really finding your followers, talking with your followers, growing your network. Because when I pass your card, and I pass the cafe card out all the time, when I pass your card to other people, you get a notification that I've passed your card.
Yes.
So now you can say, Gen G, passing
Now
cards
we
out
know
again.
it's Gen G.
Now we know it's Gen G,
No,
but
I-
the networking is remarkable
It
that
is.
you do.
And I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Two questions, actually. The first one is the cafe has a magazine.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the Gazette.
Right.
And in this Gazette, we email it out using a platform
Mm-hmm.
to people who have to accept it. Otherwise, it turns into spam.
Right.
So Gio says, no, you got to ask them and they got to hit the number one.
Mm-hmm.
It means yes. The number, anything else means no, whatever. Can I add the Gazette to the cart?
Yes. You can add anything to the card. And then you can put
You
an
know that?
event that you have the magazine out, so then all those people will get the in-app, no, not the in-app, but the in-phone notification. What I like to do is, would you like to be featured contact me. So now you get contact me, and that'll get passed all day long to people, and you grow your
love
network.
Grow the and that's what you do all the time. I've
She
never
networks.
seen anyone network
Scary.
like you do.
Saturday night.
Of course. Saturday night, you're texting me, right?
Saturday night, I'm texting Dawn. I'm in front of a PBS producer. Please give me the name of the woman and her partner who produced that wonderful Parkland video that was so touching.
Yes.
Because I was talking about that. She said, "Do you have that information?" I said, "Hold, please." And this morning, I called Kathy, who you gave me her phone number. I text Linda, and I got these two to talk.
Kathy must have been thrilled.
She's in Tribeca. She was lovely.
Well, she's in Tribeca.
She's in Tribeca.
In New York City.
Well, she does the film festivals.
right.
She travels and does the film festivals for weeks, months, whatever it is, at a time.
Well,
she volunteers.
It shows you the power of being connected. I think that's the whole
networking,
crux
right?
of this thing is yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's a platform that I'm still maybe one of these new producers that we have that are working with to put this platform together, that what it's like to walk in somebody's shoes, that step-by-step journey, right? And again, you brought it back up because the wrestling coach, that he had the wrestling shoes tattooed to his shoulder, this gentleman that put the event together, the film together. And again, it's such a networking story because everyone has a story, right? So anyone, even if you don't have a business, you have a story. Like this girl that started the bags in Uganda.
Right.
Her business came from her story and out of necessity and then to help others, right? So even if you don't have a business, you go out and you meet people. How do they connect with you? You just want to say, here's my card. Here is my V card. Here's my phone number. We say that to all of our interns and our producers, all of the kids out there that are in college, right? You're trying to make some extra money. You go on an interview. You can put everything. You can put a resume on the platform. You can download the free version.
Well, that's what I was going to say. What the beauty is we have a free version. And the free version is a great product because you can put your name, your logo, click to call, click to text, click to email, your website, done.
And it does video too.
Not on the free version. It
No, not
doesn't.
the free version,
No,
but you can upgrade to the
upgraded-
video.
Right, for $69 subscription
Which
fee.
is less than you're going to spend on
On a
getting
card. But
business
think
cards.
about it. Everyone now who has these Etsy sites. You can link your Etsy if you sell art or wearable
Yeah.
jewelry, all these millennials that are on Etsy, right? You can connect your Etsy site to your V card. So when people come on our show and we say, how do we reach you? My Instagram is this, my Facebook is this is my phone number, this is my, and it gets so lost in
That
translation,
happened today.
right?
Yeah.
She gave me dot for the Instagram. I said, forget about it. I said, where's your V card? She said, I don't have one. Oh, you're going to get one now.
Yeah.
And they
Because
can
you
put-
say one thing, you just say to 80800 text cafe, and everybody who does that gets the entire platform in one spot. And there's no mistaking because then you're not like, because I have the attention span of about a gnat. So if somebody's like, this is my Facebook page, this is this, I'm like, you know what, I'm really not that interested anymore.
It's too much to remember.
Yeah.
And you can even share it, just as you said with us. And I remember meeting you the first time. You said, here's my card, and you sent it, and I had it. I sit in my purse. Brady calls it the purse of death because I've got, at any given day, a stack of this many business cards until they get put into a database, or as you say, the loser pile or the keep pile or the accept pile.
That's it.
And then from the database, then it goes into this big paper bag. Nothing fancy about our filing system because we've got thousands of cards. It goes in a paper bag, probably never to be seen or looked at again. But with this, and you can connect the connections.
Right.
And when you can't remember somebody's name, like his brain is wearing off on me. And I'm thinking, if I had typed in donuts or how I met this woman or their business, it would come up on my VConnects.
Yes.
And I would have everyone there, and I wouldn't be spending up till 10 o'clock last night looking for this woman's name that I knew Freddie called Donuts, which was so not helpful because she doesn't work at that donut place anymore.
Oh, no.
So it wasn't even tagged as donuts.
All right, but before we keep going on this, I haven't seen you in a week. I wanted to ask you what is coming next for VCO, because you're always working. What's the next level of what you're going to introduce?
So the next thing that we really want to do is we want to be very true to our word that we are a marketing platform with a suite of tools. So we are looking to work with a bunch of different providers to add more content, much like we do with TextWire, which is the 80800 number. We're looking to, and I can't say what, we're looking to add something that's going to take this thing and make it nuts. So we're.
But she can't say why.
I can't say what.
But what people don't realize, you can go from the free card for your students, college, grad school, to solo entrepreneurs, to corporate.
That's right.
I mean, you're working with some major network reality shows. That's how big your platform goes.
We are working with so many different corporate programs, and then of course obviously the one that I'm most excited about is the gamer card, because I'm a big gamer, and we just got a professional gamer, Joker Knight, on, and he streams on Twitch, and he is using our platform as his digital connection. So you can go on Joker Knight, 80800 Joker Knight, and you could be part of his fan club.
And it's funny because you're the one that told us to go on Twitch, and the cafe can be seen on Twitch. And I didn't know that platform allows anybody to take pieces out. So they got this whole thing about me on social media, on Twitch, of all the retarded stuff I say.
The Freddyisms.
That isn't funny.
If you ever watch our show without sound, it's hilarious because his arms go like this. He hat tips. I've got the wand. It's the craziest
do
thing.
memes
It's
of
silent.
it?
We should do memes of our show.
There,
Fred.
I don't
You
need
should
to. I got
capitalize
people
on
out
it.
there I don't know that are doing it.
We could do that. We should do memes of the show. It's our show without
Lord.
sound.
I
like
love it.
that.
That- right,
Imagine
that
doing the
made
sound.
it.
It's like this always.
You're funny.
Try
That ain't
it.
funny. That ain't funny.
But what are some of your tips for networking, Jen? Because to network people, to get them into your network, people give out business cards. That's not networking. You are the master at networking and growing.
So people give out the business card. Now I get a little sassy, and I'm like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to do with this. Like, okay, go with all the others. And the trick I used to have was I would take the card, and if they seemed very interested or somebody I really wanted to follow up with, I would take the corner of the card and I would fold it over. That would be my trigger, because otherwise they just get put in like piles after piles. I think the biggest thing to networking that I have found, it's in the follow-up. 100%. Because if you go to these events and you get your free drink ticket or whatever you get, if you don't follow up, you're really just hanging out at a bar, or you're really just hanging out
But that
at the
isn't
Broward
business.
Convention Center, or you're really just hanging out at like an expo. You need to follow up. And because when I send my card to people, I put in their name, and of course I have a Freddie issue too, where I write where they were from,
See, I'm not alone.
and it's like ridiculous things, but so I write their name and where they're from, and then I have their phone number. I send my card to them, and I have an in and a sent box, and in my sent box I have everyone and what day I sent the card, how I sent it. And the one thing we are definitely working on that I can tell you about is the remind feature. So you can set when you want to remind yourself of when you're going to follow up with that person. So it's in the follow up. So Saturday night, I text Dawn. I'm like, I know this person. I'm sitting here. Monday morning, that was the first thing I did. So it's the follow up, because so many people just don't follow up.
They
What-
don't, because then you don't know what to say because you're out of the moment. You're out of that engaging conversation, and then you think, well, I have to call. Maybe they don't remember who I am. What do I do? We
I
had that
can't
today.
even remember the conversation I had.
But we had that today, right? I saw one of the vendors that we met yesterday. We interviewed her. She watched the show today. I called her when we got here at the studio, and she says, "You're from where?" So again, the reminder. Oh yeah. But it was the follow up, and if it dies within 48 hours, then you have to recreate that connection again,
Right.
And then they don't pick up the phone.
Right. So you have to keep that. You got to change that warm lead to a hot lead. And I always say this because people, I think, get really nervous. What's the worst that could happen? They say no. Guess what? I'm going to call you back in a week anyway. So
Well, what a great idea, though. All those pile of cards we have, if we have somebody's cell phone, we can now, Freddie, text our cafe card as a reminder. We give them all of our information instead of just sending out this whole long message. Hi, we host, we produce, all that stuff we do. Just send them the V card, our cafe card.
Well, that's right. I was going to ask you, can you put a calendar of events on
Yes.
the V-card? That's important as well, because we're going to be doing a lot of remotes, and there's a lot of moving parts and things where you have to go. So that's important as well. And also, if you don't have a website, it's become so much more important to have a website, because people actually, they think that website defines you. It's happened to us. So I called my son and says, we got to fix this. I'm just going to send them to the V card. It's a whole lot easier. There's more information on there.
And with that, it's easy. It's in the palm of your hands. You need to be where the people are looking. Oftentimes, websites are not written mobile first. They're written mobile friendly. And when you go on a website on your mobile device, it changes the way that website looks. So it takes the information and it smushes it. We are a mobile specific platform. So it looks the way it looks when you build it. And there is no smushing or, changing
No
of
swishing.
things. There's no smushing.
What's funny, I was watching Shark Tank last night. I was thinking of you this whole time.
You're watching
This-
Shark Tank?
I was watching Shark Tank, and it's always on at late at night, Sunday nights. It's like when I finally sit down and do our posts
Shark
and
Tank?
everything. And there's this guy comes on. He created some dip, some hot sauce dip, and he goes through this whole thing. They loved his product. They loved his 30-second pitch. They loved him, and they said, "Do you have a website?" And he says, "I do, but." Do you have a way of getting the product out there? I do, but. And they all said, "You know what? We love you. We love your pitch. We love your product.
But you're disorganized.
Why don't you have a website?"
That's right.
And
You
I
can't
thought,
sell a product.
and he's in Florida, so I need to find this product again. I need to send
we
you the
need to
contact
find him.
information because this is the perfect
They shot it
opportunity.
about 3 months ago.
All I have to do is find the name
Right.
of
If
the
he
product.
didn't get the site together, he still hasn't gotten it
Right,
together.
just the name of the product because
People
I
don't
thought
have that, yeah.
he doesn't have a website, but this is so perfect for you and the V card,
Mm-hmm.
right? You give this guy the exposure. He doesn't need this whole major website. He has everything, and then he could have said to everyone on Shark Tank, "But I have the V card, and you can download my information to this." And there it was.
And they could buy
They
his
would have
sauce
stopped
right through the card.
right there in their tracks. If he had said, "I don't have a website, but I have
Right.
the V card," right? I thought that would have been a spectacular Genji moment.
That's it sure
I
was.
should have
Genji
texted you at 11 o'clock.
Are you gonna,
I was awake.
Are you going to open up, because I know you have a show in here and you want people in the community to know
Mm-hmm.
that the Connect card, I don't even call it the V card. I'm a guy, I'm not allowed to use the word V card. I have to call it the Connect card, can help them in their business.
Yes. So what I'd like to do is to really tell people, not just here but across the country, is we're starting to put them on our Facebook page, but I'm starting to invite people to come tell their stories, much like we talk about in somebody's shoes. Specifically, a lot of the entrepreneurs that we have using our platform have done some tremendous things. And as the weeks go and the months go on and we continue to do the Connect stories, we're going to bring people from all over the country and the world and to hear what business was like for them and how elevating their platform has elevated their connections.
And we have to give her the VMix social so that people can actually zoom in here and they can see her
I
have a
sent it to her.
conversation.
She has
Yes,
it.
I have it. Thank
So
you.
we
But
can
with
push it
summer
up there as
coming,
well.
as you always say, it's time to go to the next level.
That's right. Well, I thank you. It's so apropos that you guys were here because you gave
Thank
me
you.
my start in
We
media.
love watching you grow.
So thank you so much for watching V Connect Stories. To follow me, go to 80800 and text success, SUCCESS. Have a great
Two
night
Cs.
and let's connect next week.
It-
Thank you for joining V Connects. To share your story, please text success to 80800 and be part of the show. We'll see you next week.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
This is Talk 1470. WNN.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound?